Okay, we're going to work on how to engage and make sure you are stabilizing from the inside out when you're doing more traditional forward lying on your back. So come on down, and what I want you to be feeling for when you're down here is first noticing the heaviness of your pelvis on the ground. Make sure that that sacrum in the center is relaxed into the ground. If you need to, you can do a couple of pelvic tilts to feel the range of motion in your sacrum. So you roll through the sacrum. And then I want you to settle somewhere where you would call the middle of that sacrum. I don't want you to be tucked aggressively with your low back on the ground. Okay? You're settling in the middle of your pelvis and feeling the weight of it on the ground. Now, rib cage is the same thing. I want you to notice these ribs, and I just want you to settle them, kind of sink. You can even exhale a little bit just to notice. I want you to sink them into the ground. That doesn't mean crunching and pulling tension into the shoulders to do this, like this, right? We're not pushing them aggressively into the ground. We're just kind of sinking here, sinking here. And when you do that, you should feel a gentle engagement or an awareness of what's grounded in the back, both sides of your bra strap area, and then both sides of your sacrum, center sacrum, okay? Now, without moving any of those points, I just want you to do a gentle close the holes of your pelvic floor. Not, again, we're not sucking, we're not turning on muscles right now aggressively. We're just closing the holes, noticing these bones when you're sinking your center sacrum. They feel like they're drawing together. So we have engagement here now. Same thing with the ribs. I just want you to ever so slightly close those ribs. So these rib points are in line with these hip points. You've brought all your guts in your body, okay? Again, it's not a tuck with turning on your glutes and kind of squishing your abs. That's what a lot of people do. We're not doing that. So find your center sacrum, sink, zip a little, close the holes, close your pelvis, and then sink your rib cage. Okay, so your shoulders should be nice and relaxed. That is the position I want you to feel the connection with the floor. Your low back is broadened into the floor. It's not pushing into the floor. It's just you can feel that there might be a little bit of space there in the low back because your sacrum is grounded and your rib cage is grounded. Now, I want you to notice what that feels like. So we're going to keep that grounded and sinking feeling. And I just want you to lift one leg a little bit. And I want you to feel, staying in the center of your sacrum, what that feels like to move from your center. So even though your hip flexor muscle is lifting that leg for you, I want you to feel the weight of your leg right in the center. Like your body has to support that heavy limb so you don't roll to the side in your pelvis and you don't lose your rib cage grounding, right? So I want you to just play around with that. So anytime you move your legs, I want you to feel that. It should actually feel like work. Even an exercise as simple as this, you should notice when you've got it, you should notice what I'm talking about. Like, okay, I am moving my leg, feeling the support of it deep in the center of my body. Same thing with the arms. If I was going to bring my arms up overhead, or have a weight in them or whatever, I don't want rib cage up. I want you to feel the weight of that arm in your center, and your rib cage stays grounded. So anything you do here is coming from just your shoulder joint. You're isolating those muscles better. So if you were doing like a dead bug, you don't want to be popping here. You want to have that support in your center. So your contraction will have to match what you're doing. So while this is very gentle, you should just feel like, yeah, I'm staying grounded, I'm staying centered, I feel my midline. If you were going to go do some double legs, that's going to be harder. Even me, I want to be coming up like this with my ribs. So I have to sink, 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 and stay sinking. That's hard for me. Great example, Brenda. The whole time. So that's how you know when an exercise is at your level or when your body's not controlling it well. Because if you start to get doming here, if you start to get loss of the rib cage grounding, if you start to have to like tuck your hands under to put your pelvis this way, or like squeeze your glutes really aggressively, that's a sign that your deeper core is not supporting that motion well. And so while it's not necessarily bad for you, you're just patterning in a different way. We want you to pattern inside out. So keeping this feeling in your body and being able to move from here is really important.